everyone, this is Raven, and today I wanted to answer a question that I got on my Instagram. So I posted a video and I just asked people to let me know their questions about womb health, womb healing, endometriosis, pelvic pain, menstrual pain. What questions do you have about healing, natural remedies, all of that? And I got some really great questions. The question was, what can I do if I have done herbs, acupuncture, womb massage, yoni steams, castor oil packs, all of those things, and I'm still experiencing cysts about every 6 months, cysts bursting? This is a really great question because this is something that really, for me, kind of points to the fact that we have to look more at how we are approaching our wellness, how we're approaching our healing, and be able to look internally rather than externally for a lot of the answers. Because when I'm working with someone, we're looking at everything. We're looking at diet, lifestyle, herbs, all the things that were mentioned, all the self-care practices, all of that is really important. And one of the things that I like to do in my womb work sessions is to really dig into more of the ancestral practices that we can bring back to find these answers. Because I feel like there's a really big push right now for us to dig deeper. And a lot of people are experiencing these issues where they're doing all of the things, like the perfect, basically, regimen for womb health and womb wellness, but are still experiencing issues. So I'll give you an example from my own personal experience. And this is so relevant because as a menstrual health herbalist, as someone who has been doing my own womb work for a really long time, someone who has done ancestor work, herbs, acupuncture, all the self-care practices, when I had a 4-centimeter cyst that came in, and I was like, whoa, what's happening here? I've been doing a lot of work. I don't understand where this is coming from. So what helped me to understand why that cyst formed and what I was experiencing with that was to ask my body, what's happening? I was laying in bed, I was in pain, I took some of my pain tincture, and I just asked for clarity, asked for guidance on what this pain was, what this thing was that was living in my body. And I got a lot of answers. I actually woke up into a vision of seeing what was held in that cyst. I saw the energetics, the emotional, and the spiritual stuff that was kind of stuck in there and had formed into this physical thing. And this is the way I approach healing, because for me, I understand that my understanding of illness and imbalance and disease is that we have a physical body, an emotional body, an energetic body, spiritual body, and all of these play a role in our wellness, not just the physical body. Like, we don't just have physical imbalances in the body that are not also connected to something emotional, energetic, or spiritual. Even with a common cold, this is a lot of times a reflection of the environment that we're in, the people that we're around, and how we're taking care of ourselves. So if we are not getting enough rest because of whatever reason, because we're doing too much, because we're overworking, because we have some kind of trauma that we had that we haven't dealt with that is keeping us up at night, whatever it is, your immune system is down and now you've got this cold. So colds are pretty easy to get over, but what about this, this cyst that's happening every 6 months? So this is where we ask, what's going on here? And the answer that I got is the relationships that I've had in the past with men, the relationships that I've had with people that I lived with, just being in situations or with people that were not good for me, not speaking up for myself when I should have been speaking up for myself, not being able to communicate, swallowing my words, swallowing it right down back into the womb space, because that's where it comes from anyway. Our creativity, our drive, our inspiration, it comes from the womb space and it works its way up until we're able to vocalize it. And when we don't vocalize things, it just kind of comes back down, and it can show up in other areas of the body. So all of these things, I was seeing visions of past experiences, past times in my life that were stuck in the womb space. So from there, what I did was ask the plant spirits, ask my ancestors, and basically just creating a sacred ritual kind of space around my self-care to get those answers about how to release, and asking for the plant spirits to help me to release those specific things. And so what this looks like for me was I actually got a really great dose of wisdom from an ancestor who told me to basically moisten the cloth that I'm putting onto the womb space for my castor oil packs. And another idea that came through was, oh, well, if I'm using water, why don't I infuse it with an intention and put the intention in to clear away the emotional, energetic, and spiritual stagnation in the womb space, along with the physical, which is what the castor oil is doing. So by putting the water onto the cloth and then putting that over the castor oil that's on the belly, water and oil don't mix. So the steam from having that warm washcloth on the body, the warm wet washcloth on the body, just dampened, that helps to drive the oil deeper into the skin, opens up the pores, and the oil goes deeper because it's trying to get away from the water that's on top of it. So this was a really great practice for me. This is something that now when I do castor oil packs, this is how I do it. It's, to me, the most effective way to do a castor oil pack, and I've seen really great results with it. And this is not something that you do just for like one night or 2 nights. Like, really be consistent. Pick a number of days that you want to work on this practice and really get some deep understanding and be able to release some of the stagnation in the womb space. And so 11 days, 11 nights of doing this practice, and then paying attention to what comes up, because you better believe that that situation or that kind of energy that was stuck in the womb space, it's going to be reflected to you in your day-to-day life and how you interact with people or situations that you're in. For me, it showed up in me having to speak up for myself when someone said something to me that was really insensitive. And I don't think this person realized it was insensitive, but it was. And so for me, it was like, okay, this is my opportunity to speak up for myself and explain how those words hurt me. This is where you are like co-creating these experiences and co-creating this healing with your body, with your energetic body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, and your physical body. And another thing I want to mention is that when we're working with herbs, a lot of times we work with them in a very physical sense. And herbs are, they do really great things for the physical body. But herbs are energetic, they're spiritual, and they can impact our emotional body as well. And in order for us to experience those benefits, it's important for us to connect with herbs in that way, to have that physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual experience with herbs, or connection with herbs. And to do that, it's very simple. For example, if you are working with black cohosh. Black cohosh is a really wonderful herb for anyone who has endometriosis and has menstrual pain. Black cohosh is a root herb, so connecting with the energy of the root in the sacral area is really great when working with kind of bringing in that energetic element of working with an herb. But say you have some black cohosh tincture. Sit down before you take it for the first time, or even if you have taken it already and you want to develop this connection, sit down, take some quiet time, maybe burn some incense, light a candle, sit with a glass of water, and put a few drops of the black cohosh into the water. Holding that bottle in your hand, just ask the plant spirit, ask the spirit of black cohosh to help you in your womb healing journey. Help you with understanding what you can do in your root and your sacral area to help release pain. This is a wonderful practice. And also give thanks to that plant spirit. Give thanks for the energy, give thanks for the healing, give thanks for the insight that it can bring to you. and then you take that, then you drink that tincture, and I would say take some time to journal. See what comes up if you have that quiet time sitting with that plant. And this is something that I love to do in like the spring and summertime with people. Take them out and we do plant sits and do plant spirit connections. Having these plant spirit connections helps to amplify the way the herbs work in the body. That's one of these suggestions that I have for you. The other one was just to ask your body what's going on. Sit quietly, ask. Work with plant spirits, work with ancestors, work with your own body and your own body's wisdom in uncovering what's happening. Because if this thing is coming up every 6 months and you've been doing everything that you should be doing, or that is really kind of like creating an optimal womb healing experience, and you're still experiencing an issue, you have to look within. We have to look within. We have to look much deeper within our bodies, within ourselves, to answer these kinds of questions. And this is where, like, when I do womb work sessions with clients, we are sitting down, we're covering all the basics, of course, but then we're also connecting with ancestors, and their ancestors are telling me things about rituals and practices that they should be doing in order to see a bigger benefit. And this is how we create change, and this is how we are able to dig even deeper into our healing process and see bigger effects. So thank you so much for stopping by. And again, my name is Raven. You can find me on moonmedicine.co. If you want to work with me one-on-one, go to my website. If you want to learn more about my offerings and what I teach, you can find all of that on my website as well, and on my Instagram at moonmedicines. And if you like this video, you want to see more of this, and you want to ask me questions, please do just like leave comments below, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video. Bye.